show. It's just
There we go.
Yay.
All right.
Okay.
The reason why it did that is because you left and Leslie was the second one to come on, so it automatically flipped her to the host.
Oh,
That's why it did that.
Oh, I didn't know it could do that. Cool.
Right on, right on. Okay, so
Leslie, for some reason, I'm recording it. Does that make sense?
I don't think so.
It says start recording and stop recording on my thing.
All right. Well, just don't touch a button. Just leave it.
It's crazy.
then you could get the echo. You could get the echo too. Okay, so training. I'm glad everyone's on. We've got quite a few on this evening, which is always nice. So I want to remember we do have Fling coming up next month. Like it is internet connection unstable. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. It is coming up, you guys, next month. And so for first time people, it's only $59 to register. And after today, the rooms are open up to the public. So if you have a room, make sure you hold on to that room because in fact, the prices will change dramatically. So if you do have a room, go ahead and hold on to it, even if your plans have changed, because we're always scrambling at the end. And then of course, we always bunk up. Like if in fact, you're looking to save a little bit of money, then you can totally do that because there's always several of us looking for people to join in. So 4 in a room is super fun, super doable. That's why God invented Zing. And so you just have fun with 4 and work out the rock, paper, scissors with the shower plan and you're set. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. So I just don't want anyone to miss out. Okay. So what I'm going to do tonight is so many times, this is a training that I did a bit ago. And so many times it is talked about in direct sales, in multi-level marketing, all of the things to do when we are in direct sales, what to do to be successful. What are the 7 pillars of success? And we go over that. And we also sometimes go over frequently because it's the foundation, it's the nooks and crannies of our business, is those income producing activities that we do. As a matter of fact, I was on a great call today, mentoring call with Sherlyn. And, you know, what I said is that every single new call or every single new thing that we listen to, you know, when there's a shift in our work schedule, whatever, thank God that we have calls at nighttime. We have calls during the day. We have training calls. We have podcasts we can listen to. We have Eric Worre stuff we can listen to. And what it is even if you walk away with one thing you learned from a podcast, it's kind of like building a house. You don't put 20 bricks on at once. You put 1 brick on at a time. So every little thing we learn in this industry, in our job, in direct sales, it's 1 brick at a time. And that's what's going to build your house. That is what's going to build your foundation. That is what's going to make it strong. So sometimes, you know, it's like you want to learn 15 things at once. And the truth is we can't retain it. So we often talk about those little helpful tips. And today what I want to talk about, it was an Eric Worre training that I was a part of. And he talked about the 7 deadly sins of network marketing and what those 7 deadly sins are, and how equally as much when you do the 6 or 7 pillars of strength to strengthen your business and let it rise and build 1 brick at a time, these 7 deadly sins we don't talk about. But the truth is they are equally as important, because as much as we want to build our business, these can destroy our business. Everything that we worked for, the foundation upon which we developed it, will be brought down and we won't thrive. So I'm going to today talk about like the 7 deadly sins of multi-level marketing. Not that any of us do it, but again, if you take 1 tip away, of something that resonates with you, like, uh-oh, I have done that, or uh-oh, I do that, that in fact, that's your one brick to build and continue to fortify your business, which is, which is your home. So the first thing, and this is a Eric Worre, this is not Tammie Glowacki. So this is a Eric Worre training that I got it from. And the first thing is overinflating your product or overinflating your business. And that's super duper common to do. It's like, especially when we want someone to jump on board and we want someone to get started, or we see that they really could be an incredible distributor. They know a lot of people. They're very well connected in the community. And so what's really easy to do is to overinflate results of people, or maybe there's one incredible transformation story that is one of your clients, and you use that transformation story like it's an everyday transformation story. And so it was not overinflated for that one person, but it is overinflated for the vast number of people. They don't get those kind of results. Or another thing would be is to overinflate the business opportunity because you're excited and somebody wants to be a distributor. And so it's, telling them the best story that you had or somebody on your team had or your upline had. So in fact, they jump on board. And what ends up happening is people get discouraged both with the products and with the business when they don't have those same results and they don't hit Extreme Business Builder. I personally have always kind of shied away. I like when people share their story. Of course, it's exciting for me, right? Especially business. It's exciting. But then also sometimes when I was brand new or just getting started, I thought to myself, I didn't hit my quick start. I didn't sign up 25 people in my first month. I'm lucky to sign up 25 people in 6 months. This is when I was brand new. And so keep it real, keep it relatable, keep it truthful, be in alignment with our company policy, that in fact, we don't make the medical claims, that we don't boast about trips without putting the caveat that I'm an individual distributor and things vary depending, and then putting our income salary on there. And so the number one thing is do not overinflate. There is no magic pill out there that we're going to lose 50 pounds in a week, and so don't in fact make those claims. Also, I think that people also, they appreciate your authenticity and your truthfulness because that's going to build respect. That in fact, and there are times I say, yeah, it is wonderful, all those transformations that we put in there. But I always encourage my clients who've lost 5 pounds, put it in there because people need to know the whole story, right? That's what they need to know. So don't over exaggerate your income. Don't inflate the weight loss or the business story to enhance either one of them to get somebody to jump on board. The truth is enough. The simple truth is enough. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person. So speak your truth, build that relationship. Sorry, my son Brandon's calling and he will be fine. I already talked to him. Off. Build your foundation, build your truth, be in alignment with Singular, but build it on being authentic and being truthful with people. The truth is enough. And what it will do is, if in fact you don't do that, it erodes your credibility. And then sometimes people feel like they're not cut out for this. I'm just not good at this. I don't have rich friends. I didn't have that many people. I didn't lose that much weight. They return their kit, they quit the business, compared to learning the nits, the nooks and the crannies and the nitty gritty, and then they hang in there because it's one brick at a time. It's not 15. The second thing is inconsistency. Us as distributors, referring members, whatever you refer to yourself as, is being inconsistent, being hot and cold. You go to an event, you come back, you're pumped up, you're like, oh my gosh, this is the best, you guys, this is awesome, this is what we're doing. And then all of a sudden, you're gone for a week or there's no posts, or there's nothing on your story. I always use the analogy of a yogurt shop, probably because I like yogurt, sorry, but if your yogurt shop's only open a few hours a week and people don't really know what those fluctuating hours are, truly your business is going to go under. So be current, be consistent in all areas. We already talk about that, but I'm talking specifically with your business right now so that people know that your shop is open, you're consistent, you're up to speed on what's the best, what's the latest, what's the greatest in regards to Zingular. And specifically that we can even customize according to those goals and budget. And I love when I say things like it's not a cookie cutter program we have here. And the reason I love that is because I think it lets people know that I'm just not all about selling a kit, that maybe that may not be the best fit for you, that we start somewhere else. So be the positive force in the world, go at it with all of you that you have and be consistent where you're not full throttling and then taking off and full throttling. Also for your team, I know for myself, my upline, the people who I follow a lot of people. I follow sister lines. I mean, I could mention everyone on here I follow, and I get tips and bits of what they have taught me. But what I also know is I like to run with the winners because I want what they have. And so I may pick a little from Sherlyn and some from Kelly and some from Dawn and some from Leslie. And then I bring it into my own and put my own style on it. But the bottom line is they're consistent. I want what they have. And I see them consistently doing what I want to do, which is enrolling, teaching, mentoring, and guiding their customers along the journey. The third thing is negativity, gossip. That will erode your organization. And it also, as a leader, it's not in my life, not just with Zingular, but in my life, there have been people who have confided stuff in me who truly, I don't think they ever should have. Because instead of me thinking that they're a cool cat, I've kind of thought to myself, ooh, I better be careful what I say to them, because if they shared that with me about so-and-so, they're going to share the same thing that I share with them. So they wouldn't be a confidant for me. So the same thing applies here. It doesn't matter what industry, what business, or whatever. It's tempting sometimes to engage in behavior that really, truly is not that of a leader. And a leader is one that people can depend on, can confide in, who in fact knows that the person they're confiding in is trustworthy. And not only do they talk the talk, they walk the walk. So negativity, gossip, spreading stories about the company, or maybe changes you don't agree with, like, oh, I don't really agree with that, and kind of down talking the company or maybe decisions that they make. We need to be the pillars of Zingular. We need to be the pillars of policy. We need to be also the examples of change. So when there is change coming down the pike, whatever that is, it may not be something that is your favorite thing in the whole wide world, but guess what? I'm also not in marketing. And what my job is to do is to lead a team, to guide a team, to be the bright light, the shining star on the hill. And that is what will duplicate down in my organization. That which I represent is going to be what I create and what my organization creates. And over time, nobody wants to be a part of that. So, make it a part of your brand that you look to the light, that you support Zingular, and even when there's changes, people don't want to follow negative. They don't want to follow gossip. What matters is what you do with the change. The spin you put on it is the way in which people are going to receive it and the way they're going to embrace it, especially if it's a hard change. And have an opportunistic approach. Look to the light, because in fact, over time, okay, good. It's either going to, over time, if something doesn't work, let's just say hypothetically, even within the company, they change it. we're all learning. And, if something doesn't work, then we just shift it. We go in a new direction. Okay. Number 4 is idea of the week, like a new tactic. Coming back from an event, being all excited. This is what we're going to do this week. We're going to do this challenge. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. And what basically he said is make sure you test in your organization before you spread it out to people, before you share it, before you implement it, that in fact you test it. Also, you bounce it off your sister lines. Like, what do you think of this? Right now we're doing the 3-way challenge. We're really focusing on that. That's a foundational piece. That's a brick in our business. So what he was saying is, don't have a new tactic, a new strategy, and every week you're changing it. People can't keep up with that. It's too confusing, because in between all of that, they're going to a gymnastics meet. They have a husband, they're making dinner, they're working full time. And it's like, I don't know what the heck we're doing this week, because in fact, we're constantly changing. He said, basically, be slow with change into your system. Practice it before you launch it. Test your system. Is it a daily method to follow consistently, and where it's going to grow people, where there's a goal at the end of it? It's not just willy-nilly thrown out there. People will quit jumping on board and lose their momentum if in fact there's always a new flavor of the week, and we're doing this and we're doing that, and then we never really finish what we started, nor did we really understand why we're doing it. What is the benefit? Where is it going to get my business? We're all entrepreneurs of our own business, right? It's that of suggestion. We can just suggest things. This is what worked for me. This is what Eric Worre says worked for him. Put your own spin on it. And so in fact, you guys can all choose to go with an idea or not go with it. But as a leader, I know for me, if there's some thought put into it, and I understand why, I'm more apt to implement those 4 simple steps to see if it's going to work in my business. Okay. The next thing is number 5, and I want to give this caveat. What that is being a program, being a leader for your team and for all of your clients, of attraction, not promotion. It's good to promote. I want to promote. I'm not saying don't promote. But what I also know is being a walking example, living your truth, is also equally as important as just selling kits. So sometimes when in fact people are promoting, and I've seen it and I've done it, I have done it along the way, like I get excited, is I'm more interested in moving the kit forward than I am necessarily about being of service, of having that servant heart. And so, and people can read through that. People can read through that I have my agenda, which is to make money, maybe over their agenda that they only need 2 or 3 products. So I'm all about promotion, but I'm also about promoting, but I'm also about don't be self-centered. That in fact, it's good for the group sometimes. Certain things are good for the group. Certain times people only really maybe only need 2 or 3 products, that type of a thing. So come from a servant heart, know your business. If you don't know it, find out the answer to it, and come from a place of attraction, not self-centered promotion, because in fact, down the road, all those return people who dropped off and they come back. And it's like, I remember I did so well here. I remember there was something different. I remember. And so be the person that people remember, not that of she was pretty darn self-centered to get what she wanted and then she was gone. So that is number 5. Number 6 is stealing distributors, stealing other distributors from an event. Here's an example he gave. We have an event here in San Diego. We don't, but you have an event. This random person comes, random, like you're like, oh, I've never seen you before. And in fact, they're really interested in getting started. They're even asking questions about the business. And you're like, oh, holy guacamole, who do we have here? Like this person's real interested. The truth is, no one just stumbles in to a Singular event. People don't stumble. That person was referred from someone. That person, somebody gave them the name, the number, the address, and maybe life happened on their end. And so they couldn't contact you to say, I have a girlfriend coming from Oklahoma and her name is Jody and she's coming to your event today. So always be ethical, always follow that chain of command, always ask questions. Here's what I know is there's abundance in the world. And if he or she's supposed to be with you legitimately, that all works out. But do not steal from others. In fact, do unto others, take it to any length to make sure that in fact, that person is truly supposed to come to you or your team. Make sure of that. Because again, those are things that'll erode the foundation of your business. And over time, people will talk about that. And nobody wants to run in a pack with somebody who's going to, do things that aren't right behind their back, or I surely wouldn't. So, what he referenced is, if you didn't invite them, then they're not yours. Simple. Another thing he said is what sometimes people have done is sign up the husband, because in fact that the person is not happy with their upline. So, but yet they have an active account, so they'll sign up the husband underneath this other distributor. I mean, that's shady stuff, and you will be known for that. And over time, A, you could get in trouble. B, you have to let your head hit the pillow at nighttime. And C, it's just a crummy way of living, your life, really. So, and also another thing is don't steal from other companies. You see a go-getter, they're kind of asking questions. If in fact, they're happy with where they are, even though their compensation plan may not be as strong, but they love nails. They just love those press-on nails. They do. That's just the way it is. Then in fact, you know what? Embrace them. Celebrate them. Celebrate all the good things about their company. Be a friend. And so don't try to steal from another company either, or make them feel bad about their choice. Like really, you're making 5,000 there. You could be an executive. I'm using this as an example, but you could be in a over here, putting in the same work. You can make 8,000. What the heck are you doing? Celebrate people where they are, because if and when their time is to come over to you, then in fact they'll always remember that you weren't a crusher of their dreams. It says be a peer. He says be a peer, not a predator. And also don't be known. If you have to steal to get to the top, then you will end up attracting those type of people in your business. And also don't be a pirate or a thief. So, just do unto others as you would want done unto you. And a last thing is number 7 is distributors who bounce from company to company. It's like, it's not good here anymore. This isn't working anymore. I can do better over here. I heard maybe the comp plan's better, but the bottom line is I could get in on ground level. I mean, I'm making these up, but what he said is don't be a serial bouncer. Like pick your company that you like. An opportunity is an opportunity. So find yourself, find the good fit for you. Ethically, what is in alignment with you? Product-wise, what is in alignment? As it relates to the integrity of the executive staff and corporate staff, is that in alignment with you? And he says, every company will have problems, change will happen, but you know what? Stay the course, because in fact, it's going to happen in another company as well. Decide you will go through the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs and the problems, because every single company is going to have that. There is no up, and we just keep going away. There's going to be bumps in the road. And some people are addicted to the startup phase. And you could use that in anything. And, Kelly's on here. And I used to, when I was with probation, people would be like, oh, I'm going over to the feds. Oh, I'm going over to parole. I'm going over to state. There, no. And they would quit probation. And next thing you know, about 2 years later, they're reapplying, because guess what? They found out that the sheriffs have hiccups in their organization. There's hiccups everywhere. There's hiccups in every friendship, every marriage, every business, every da. So whatever you decide, be in alignment with your belief system, and you grow, you change to be better. Don't look for those outside experiences to be to be better. You know, don't be a little chameleon that just goes through. When change happens, you flutter away. There's going to be landmines everywhere. There's going to be emotional ups and downs. There's going to be times we feel defeated. But the bottom line is that by jumping around, it's going to rob you of your future, your reputation, and then just all the greatness that we have here. Show them the opportunity with our company. Give them the 7 pillars of strength in multi-level marketing. And just as important, make sure that you share with your team the 7 deadly sins so they don't fall into that either. Because the combination of the two is 1 brick at a time going to make your organization stronger. So that is my training for this week, of kind of what I wanted to share, a little different spin on that. So thoughts?
I love it. Thank you.
Questions?
Go ahead, Kim. I saw you raise your hand.
Tammie, this is exactly what we needed. In fact, I just signed up a member that has signed up 2 other times before since I have been a distributor. It's kind of crazy, but she had a really bad bout with COVID and a hysterectomy. She gained 50 pounds and she came right back again for number 3. And I have always been straight up with her and forward on how the program works. No surprises, no bells and whistles. That was beyond in our capability. Second of all, today I saw a lady's post. She's with another company and she did a really good post and I liked it. She is so assertive and she went after me right off the bat in Messenger. And I said, woo, I said, you know, I wish I had a gal like you, but I want to commend you on your promptness. And I'm excited for you and your home business because I support women that have home-based businesses. And she said, you know what, that's the only time anyone told her that without buying her product. And I said, well, you know what? We're out here and we appreciate you. And I hope you appreciate me with Zingler. And she goes, I do. And maybe a year from now, she may look me up. I don't know. But it's so ironic that you did this today because it just seemed to be my kind of day for this. So thank you.
You're so welcome. Thanks for sharing that. That's absolutely awesome. Leslie, did you have anything you wanted to share?
You know, and going off of that, I know that Shelly Parr is super excited because she has like 3 people that have come back. You know, that's kind of what happens. And that's kind of what I told you guys with that 3-way calling, that we have got to reach out to some of these people that maybe we've lost touch with. I tried to go through, like the last few days, I've tried to go through some of my old people. And I love the fact, and if you guys are not getting the text messages from corporate to check on your people, then you need to reach out, call them and let them know that you're not receiving those text messages, because it really has helped. Like, I think I have gotten a couple that I'm like, oh shoot, I did need to talk to her. I did need to reach back to her because her last purchase was in January. She's got to be out of the products or getting close. And so the name popped up and I reached out and she placed another order. So, you know, it doesn't happen all the time, but I love the fact too, that like even your downlines, when people have customers that have canceled their subscription, you're getting those messages as well. I don't know how far down you guys are getting them. I'm only getting to like level 2s, but it's a great way to help connect. But I think that that's, you know, part of the, this training tonight is knowing that with good hearts, people will come back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. Anyone else? It's 6:32. I'm not trying to rush anyone off, but I also wanted to be, sensitive to people's time schedules, family time. So if you do want to jump off, you know, the training is done unless there's other people who want to share more, or we can stop the recording if some of us just kind of want to continue on. Yeah, Kim.
Hey, Leslie, I reached out twice. Can you please talk to your person? I'm still not getting any information on subscription drops or new notices of new members. And I've already reached out twice. I reached out last month.
Mhm.
Still, I haven't even received a response.
So, Kim, you're not the only one. Dawn as well is not receiving any emails, right, Dawn?
No, I got it fixed. All I did was call in and then they got me fixed right up. So
Okay. All
Why
right.
don't you call, Kim? Why don't you call? You just, or
I did. Leslie told me what to do, and actually, I messaged them on what do you call it? The computer people. I contacted them, and then I called with customer service last month. Around, I would say, probably around the 26th, 25, I don't know, whatever it was before the end of the month. And I contacted them, told them I still wasn't receiving messages or new membership sign up, etc. And she said she put in a work order for that and said I would be contacted. And
Okay.
still I haven't received anything, and I still haven't been contacted.
Okay. I will contact them too, because
Okay,
I'm not
let's-
getting, I don't get any
Yeah.
text messages back either. Like when I message my elite rep, I'm not receiving, they're not getting my messages. So something's going on with the computer system. So we'll see what we can do to get that little crinkle fixed.
Okay, thank you. So anyone else, does anyone else have anything they want to?
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.